You have the Warriors on the ropes, and the place is going bonkers. And you willingly give the Warriors what they need there. I might feel differently if the Raptors come out of that timeout and have 3 really good possessions, and it just ends up that they miss the shot. They've got wide open shots. They've got good passing, good ball movement, and they just miss them. Okay. Then they seemed organized, and they seemed ready. Then they had a game plan, and they just didn't execute. Guys, after that timeout, the Raptors fell apart. Those possessions after that timeout were garbage. Absolute dog food possessions. They got rushed shots. It was like, get the ball to Kawhi, and then if he doesn't have anything to do, who knows what happens. There was the turnover. I mean, after that timeout, the Raptors melted. And I think if Nick Nurse has more experience, he's a first-year head coach, I don't think he calls that timeout. I don't think Steve Kerr calls that timeout. I think Steve Kerr says, hey, we're on a roll. I'm not stopping this. We've got the crowd on our side. You know, you use that timeout if you need to take a breath, if your guys need to stop for a moment, collect themselves, organize. The Raptors were freaking rolling. The Raptors were rolling, and the crowd was on fire. I mean, he takes that timeout, Nick Nurse. They go to commercial break, and that's when the fat, shirtless Canadian guy is like hugging people in the stands. I mean, there was a guy indoors with no shirt on. And he was like 400 pounds. The guy had eaten so much Canadian bacon and poutine over the last 48 hours, he was just jiggling. He was ready for Game 5. He was ready for a championship. You want to stop the fat guy, shirtless guy from dancing right there? You can't stop Poutine Guy. You can't stop Poutine Pete. Don't stop Poutine Pete. He's ready to rip the freaking ceiling off. And Nurse stopped it. He stopped the action. He stopped the action. What are you doing? What are you doing? Look, that game had it all yesterday. Had it all. But I was ready for the Kawhi coronation. I was ready for Kawhi to Temple of Doom style stick his claw into the rib cage of the Warriors, rip out a beating heart, show it to them, bite it, throw it behind him, and then have one of the greatest postseasons topped off with a championship that the game has ever seen. This would be one of the greatest postseasons ever if Kawhi Leonard ended with a title, and he was that close. He had just done everything. Up 6, 3:05 to play. The place is about to explode. It already has. And they call it timeout. They call it timeout and then melt away after that.